Misery's up here, just poking around, seeing what he can find out.
I like where the Dire ended up a bit further back. Generally, when the mid, you're going to drop it right in the center of the river over here. This ward over here is going to get caught out by that, but this ward over here doesn't, and it still provides like decent vision coverage. And yeah, you can't see up the hill or anything like that during nighttime, and that kind of sucks, but your ward isn't going to... For mid, get 100 gold and 100 EXP that can like swing the lane completely in your...
Ah, nice. King RD, you're gonna be able to grab that bounty rune while everyone was playing around with Misery over here. The old, not bait and switch, but they were definitely like, oh look, we're playing, we're having fun, and then all of a sudden King RD from the low ground, hi. Hello.
Also here.
Yes, don't forget about me. Don't you forget about Misery. Or King RD.
It's early.
It is early.
Gamer juice.
My gamer juice. So yeah, over here in the mid lane, this is kind of nice. You've got, usually you have some trouble with dealing with Razor early on because he's got that static link. But of course, when you're playing Lina, you can drop that Light Strike Array and disengage. Although he does steal a decent chunk. He's got like, what, 19 right now? But
it's a little bit harder for Lina because that's one of like the highest attack range here. 670, so a little bit hard to close that gap. It does have like a zip time for auto attacks but
no, for sure. And also I feel like Razor just has a really strange like backswing on his auto attacks as well, so definitely have a little bit easier time when you're playing the Lina. Top lane, Tavo's getting harassed pretty strong here. Not going to be able to steal anything. Misery, of course, just constantly poking and prodding. Has that slight. Level 1.
I feel like that's
this
not
is so
the
weird.
build, but I don't know what the build is. I'm going to be honest with you.
What? Yeah, what would you get, though? Like... Ooh, Tavo! Oh, 444 going to be able to get the first blood in the top lane. That's crazy. He actually only has 1 point in the Purifying Flames. Usually you don't see kills coming out until you've got 2.
Doubles the damage. A lot more worth it for... But you're getting poked and prodded just like that and dropped. I'm not sure if it's worth it to die to them to head back to the base.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm actually very surprised that Tavo allowed himself to get that low. Misery needs to be careful here too. He's taking a decent amount of damage. Throws out the Searing Chains. We'll be able to throw Shockwave back. Misery, oh, the slide at the last second. They find the kill. Misery, God, the body blocks coming out from Tavo. Gonna be able to keep Misery alive. What a player.
God, we knocked it, but here it is working. We're watching the meta being developed right in front of our eyes.
This is, yes, expect... expect to see the position for Ember Spirit coming to a pub near you.
I hope that... Well, I'm not going to be playing pubs for the next...
Oh, bottom lane, HFN, sitting really low. He's going to be able to walk away with 40-something hit points.
Yeah, he has a salve with him. This is a scary lane to be. Six Assassin's got 2 mangoes on him and stick with charges, so... Every time that the Spectre wants to go in to get a last hit, it's pretty easy to predict that Impale. You're going to get hit by like 3 right clicks and a death pulse from the Necrophos.
And it's pretty impossible to take down any of these heroes. You just really want to make sure that HFN can get his farm up in this lane. I don't think he can do anything beyond that because the Vengeful Spirit is more of a defensive support. And of course, HFN is not quite dealing that damage that he wants to be just yet, so...
Already, like, he's sending himself out. Salves and tangos the most. He has like 15 CS, so he's not doing that great, and he's gonna have funny on reach. So things really aren't working out properly here.
I think Misery, if he's not careful, he's gonna get taken down here. There's gonna be the final hit that comes out from Leo. Just trying to poke and prod a little bit.
Charge of obs now. That one as well.
Well, yeah. The play-by-play usually is in charge of obs. Usually, oh, HFN, the Death Pulse comes out. Doesn't feel like they want to dive this tower, but he's out of most of his regen other than one other Tango. There is a regen rune down at the bottom if they want to try to go for it, and 5 minutes is coming up, so they could go for bounty runes and shrines. But they're definitely putting the pressure down here. He needs to be careful. They're going to dive him. Theolacor gets the Impale off. Lelis following up, and that's just a dead HFN.
Like, again, that's the opposite of what you want happening to your Spectre in the early game. I feel like they got up or something. This just isn't working. This lane is too strong with the Nixon.
No, top lane again. 4-4. Gonna be able to walk away. Misery needs to be careful now. Leo running him down slowly but surely. They've cut that Purifying Flames. They need one more hit to do the trick, but the body block's coming out from Tavo. Gonna keep Misery alive. He'll bottle up the bounty rune. We'll be able to cancel it out. Skewer pulling him back. These two guys are just, the synergy is really incredible watching the way that they play together. Tavo just constantly pulling him back, body blocking. This is pretty cool to watch.
Enabling Misery to do basically whatever. Same time there in bottom lane. Assassin actually went down and they almost dropped the Spirit too, but he managed to power.
Man, I miss South American Dota.
Just non-stop action all the
Just non-stop action, some different kind of builds. You know, that's the fun of like doing regionals though. I think anyone that follows the regional scene, whether it's, you know, North America or, you know, Europe, China, SEA, they all have their own special flavor that you miss out of when you're casting the big stage. You still get really, really exciting Dota, obviously, because that's why everybody goes to those events. But it is kind of nice. It's like kind of homey feeling, right? Jump over though onto the mid lane. They'll land the Searing Chains, followed up with the Magic Missile, and Weeha will be able to find himself a kill on Lina.
So that's the one weakness of Lina. You're slow-ish. You don't really have a lot of HP or armor, so you are super susceptible to ganks, especially when Ember Spirit is roaming on you. You come pretty far away with the Sleight of Fist chains. So,
no one suspects the position for Ember Spirit roaming on you. Bottom lane, Theolacor. He's got an Invis rune. He's looking for the angle over here onto King RD. Lella's gonna be just fine. It's just the pressure is really on HFN right now. It'll be a true testament to see if they can get themselves, buy themselves enough time, right? And get the Spectre online. And it is HFN, so I have a feeling that they'll be able to do it. Although he is trapped in the trees and they've got a scythe with his name on it. Not quite enough damage though. HFN needing to run himself out. Still juking around here through those trees, trying to break some ankles, eating through trees as well. Lella's now stuck in with all of these lovely creeps. He and Theolacor, they ping out. They know he's in there somewhere, but the dagger coming out from HFN should be able to get him further away into the trees until he can eventually get himself that TP scroll.
No way they bring him down. Got 4 tangos on him. He doesn't even need a TP scroll. He's staying here. Quelling blade his way through the trees, you know. He's just a lumberjack now.
This is his life now. This is what happens when spooky ghosts no longer have the taste for war. They settle down, have a little spooky ghost family, and become lumberjacks.
As is tradition in Spectre's family.
It's a rite of passage for all Spectres.
Top lane, Terrorblade actually popped Metamorphosis. The small little engagement there, but that happened. You actually have to be kind of careful. There's a lot of damage coming in. Position for him.
Yeah, he's been really on point. He's gotten some really nice slides. He's gotten the chains off too, just like that. And then, you know, with Tavo on the Magnus, he's able to just, you know, drag him back, reposition. It's been tough. Although 40R making a rotation now, going to be able to help him out with the stack. They don't want to allow the Magnus to take it. Tavo sitting at level 6, hasn't opted to go for that RP though. Wants to just farm up and just mess as much as he can with the Terrorblade, I think, since they're messing with his Spectre super hard.
As much as I hate to say this, I think in the sorry, or DR.
Leo. No, sorry, Leo's doing the one.
Yeah, DR. Just because Razor is a lot further ahead of Leo. Sure, Lina did die once, maybe a little bit ahead. I think that Lina should.
I think the matchup, like you said, is definitely a big part of it, but I also think that Adriana has been in various positions over the past year. I think he was playing off lane for a while for Was it Flying Penguins or was that before Flying Penguins? Oh, okay. Misery in for some trouble. They're going to lock him down, use the Scythe, and no more position for Ember Spirit to worry about.
Yeah, that's enough of you, Misery. Take your shenanigans.
That's enough out of you. Well, he's been really annoying, right? Even if he's not getting kills, just constantly, you know, poking, sliding, throwing out the Searing Chains, making it so you can't farm effectively. But they have... What's that?
You can
I was gonna say they have forced the Spectre though out of bottom lane completely now, which is not where a Spectre really wants to be. They'd rather be in a lane farming, but with the Empower, I think it's okay. It's not great, but
this was bound to happen given how hard that lane was. You sort of forced to have your items until you can be by the Magnus. You're stuck dealing with your shitty situation. I was going to say that Ember Spirit is using this Sleight of Chain, like, early level cooldown reduction pretty well because they're, yeah, over here, 30, 22, 14, 6 to 18, 14, 10, 6. That's actually pretty significant. Having another, like, 12-second reduction. You do a lot of bonus hero to that skill as well.
Well, I mean, we were joking about saying, like, you know, we're watching the meta unfold, but it could be possible that we'd be seeing more and more of this. You never know. I mean, it's Dota, right? I actually remember I was talking with Jenkins when one of the patches first came out about the rework of Abaddon's Mist Coil, and he's like, we're going to see this guy in lane, he's going to be spamming that Mist Coil, he's going to be, you know, like the new Skywrath Mage, and a lot of people, like, laughed at him, but then we saw Secret and Liquid both picking up that hero, using it pretty well, actually, that suicide in lane. Lina in for some trouble, though. They've got that Atos, good follow up with the Light Strike Ray, and the Laguna Blade. Weeha is just evaporated. Think about turning this around. Misery making a rotation. It's going to be able to get the slide, the Searing Change, followed up with the Magic Missile. The Oracle going to be able to save him, though. Negate all that magic damage. Oof. King RD is sitting very, very low now. They still want to go back in on this.
I don't know.
They've got Tavo.
Was pretty low on mana. Only got 2 spells, his Tower and his Shockwave.
Yeah, but they don't know that. Gonna try to go for that denial. Misery will find it. Root holding into place, followed up with those Searing Chains. Ghost Shroud will get popped. Man, Oracle's just such a good hero right now. Skewer pulling him back again. We'll be able to go link him up and just slowly click down 444.
Down he goes. It's his job to save the Lina. That exact or any hero is acceptable. And that's exactly what he did. That tower. Take the tower. Actually, it was denied by missing. That pesky pause for him.
It's doing work. Like a little mosquito, it just drives you nuts.
Misery the mosquito.
I'm sure he'll love that we're calling him that. All right, Tread's online now for HFN. Not feeling the best right now. He's not in the top 3 of net worth, but again, as long as this team can make him space, I'm sure it'll be just fine. But do have the Nyx Assassin. We got Vendetta. Taking a look over at King RD here. The rest of the team making their way over. Doesn't seem to suspect anything just yet. The Impale going to be able to land, followed up with the Light Strike Array and the Laguna Blade. Probably not, you know, style points. Middle lane, 444 is going to get taken out by Weeha. There's going to be the TP rotation coming out from Theolacor, but doesn't have anything to really follow it up at this time other than that Spike Carapace.
By the way, this is the Kamehameha Lagoon Blade.
Oh, is it?
For reference. I know that
okay.
You probably don't know this yet.
I did not. I'm surprised. Lizard's such a weeb and he never told me.
Is he?
Shake my head. Yes. Yes, he is. He's such a weeb.
Like all anime watchers, he's quite handsome.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, back to Dota. I remember, so they kept doing the community topic at Dream League, right? And like every day, I think it was Tom who wanted them to ask an anime question, and Dagny was just, no, we're not asking about anime. We did it once, never again. And then they ended up doing it anyways. But top tower is going to get a lot of pressure placed down. They have the sentry ward over here just for the dewarding, so I don't think they know that the Nyx is quite there unless he gets within tower range. But this is a lot of space right now for Weehaw, who's just hanging out in the mid lane, farming up, hitting creeps. And they're dedicating 5 heroes up here, Neff. 5 heroes trying to take this tower, and they haven't been able to do anything with it just yet.
I mean, you've got really good ways to spam out the wave. You're doing damage to the hero with a slight fist on Ember Spirit. You're constantly killing Shockwave. You think just the Terrorblade by himself? Okay. Anyways, you think that just the Terrorblade by himself with Metamorphosis pop would be able to take any tower like these, right?
Mm-hmm.
All 5 heroes sitting up there. That's really good for Spectre because Spectre finally gets a little bit of breathing room. So
yeah, she needs that desperately.
Butterfly Effect probably forgot about the Spectre a little bit, so tunnel visioned in on that tower.
Alright, runes are up and ready. Ato's gonna get thrown out over on Nyx. We'll be able to just use that Spy Carapace again. They'll actually use the Hell's Promise over on the Nyx, try to keep him alive. The Disarm coming out. Misery trying to still put out some magic damage. Needs to be careful. Will have to go jump himself to a Remnant if possible. All that over 1 rune. I actually popped Eye of the Storm too. They are.
I think they're worth almost as much, not more. Like towers. Remember when you got gold for killing towers? It was sick.
That was great. That was a good time. That was when objective-based Dota. No.
Okay, that was awful. I4.
Yeah, it was just Deathball strats. Oh, HFN, do you know what is waiting for you on the other side of this river? Nyx showing himself immediately, gonna try to hide himself here into the trees. Light Striker right, they'll follow up with the Impale. They need a little bit more damage here. They'll actually drop a ward trying to get vision, but oh no, the Prowlers. Prowlers are turning on poor HFN here. They've chosen their allegiance.
I actually love those Prowlers and what they add to the game, because all the time, feels like, at the worst times, the Prowlers just show up when you're in a team fight or trying to clear a camp and you're really low level. It's always just the Prowlers. They're like the Gary Oak of Dota.
Oh, did you see that? Oh. HFN was like so low. Theolacor almost managing to get that kill. If the Venge hadn't swapped right there, that would have been so dead. And still, at the end of the day, HFN gets that kill.
I saved there, Mike.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
King AO.
King Ao. King Ao. GRD, the Gordo. No, that was one of his stories. He said, like, what's the RD, like GRD part, and he said, like, they used to call him like Fatty Gordo. So fun trivia for y'all. Misery should be able to get himself. Oh, not if they land the Impale though. Nice swap coming out from King RD. Yeah, the nice and the laugh. Yeah, they have been on point. This has become a very like high value hero, I feel, especially seeing it throughout the major. Being able to punish any sort of bad placement, and also you can do a double swap now. I remember the first game I played and I forgot that was a thing, and I kept double swapping my teammates and they're like, please stop doing that. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. Were you in that game with me? You might have.
I might have been. I don't know. My last couple of weeks have just been a blur. Started my new job. That might have happened. That does sound like you.
That does sound, yeah, thanks. Thanks, dude. There's a lot of thirst up here for Misery as he's pushing out the wave. We've got Lella standing nearby, the Oracle also coming top. I do like this. Like, I'm still not sure what the actual build is, because all he has is phase boots and a Blightstone right now, but he's able to push out the waves. He's able to do a lot of harass early.
Fuel for my fire.
The fact that the Spectre has Spectre or happy ghost thing.
Happy ghost thing. Well, you know, this is the more breathing room he gets, the better off it is. And this is one thing that I have to say Chaos is just absolutely fantastic at doing is usually one lane ends up, you know, because you have to put pressure on at least one lane. So the lane that suffered most was obviously the bottom lane when dealing with the, oh boy, all right, Misery in for maybe, nope, he's all right, he's out. He had a remnant up. He's no fool. This guy's no fool.
Talking to the guy who invented.
I know, how could I ever doubt him? Jeez. And look at him, he's just so annoying. He's just constantly throwing out the searing chains. Do have a haunt coming out though. Oh, they've got their eyes over here onto the Terror. They followed up with the RP. They need a little bit more damage though. Theolacor making his way over. They'll actually use the false promise to keep Leo alive. And everyone's just gonna TP out. Oh, but that's not gonna be King RD. King RD gotta get held into place, and the Reaper Scythe. See you later. What's going on over here? Lena? Tavo? Hello?
How did that happen? Wasn't Magnus was over here?
I'm guessing he must have. I'm guessing he must have TP'd and then just made his way over or something, or maybe he skewered down off the cliff. He definitely got a reverse polarity off though. The RP.
Airblade's a lot more farm vector, but again, even though you're dying there on the got this pause for Ember.
How could you forget?
Yeah, my bad. So it's like you're supporting your offlane dies. Spectre that the pressure into shut.
Oh, that was a really good impale, but I have a feeling Theolacor is still dead. Yeah, Misery gonna be able to make a rotation. The Searing Chain just ticking down, and HFN plays with his food a little bit before delivering the killing blow.
That last hit me.
So it's a little playing with your food.
It's a little bit. It's not like, he's gonna get away. We're just scream before.
No, it's okay, yeah, that's a good analogy, I think. Alright.
Come on, Dota heroes getting away is like eating ice cream. You want to be the one who eats the ice cream, but you also don't.
I don't know what you're talking about. No. I assume you mean well, but HFN, do they have to cancel? Yeah, they've got the Yules. What? 40R? I guess he just didn't want to fight him there. Because he has a Yules, he's got the Light Strike Array, he had everything available if he wanted to cancel the TP. But I guess maybe he figured he needed more help. Maybe it was a bait. Didn't see where everyone... Oh, no, they did see where everyone else was, because I have an Observer Ward over here while they all farm together. I don't know what happened. Explain it to me, Neff.
Just missed because I was thinking about...
God damn it, Neff. You had one job. You have one job, Neff.
Pay attention to the game. Spectre. When do you think Spectre comes? I'm thinking probably another, like, 5 minutes. That probably wants to... Might just use all the time that they can. Power. This Magnus is constantly following the Spectre. Whatever can to help the Spectre like catch up and get ahead of this. It's actually working. See 190. What? Insane.
Well, that's the power of a Magnus, you know. A lot of people think that, oh, you know, he's a good pair for like you know, people that have like big wombo combos, but also, you know, the fact that he does have the empower just is so absolutely valuable, especially for heroes that, you know, don't necessarily have a built-in mechanic to catch up in the jungle. We see it a lot on like the Phantom Assassins, we see it a lot on the Jugs, but it's also just incredible on Spectre, especially if she's a little bit behind. Theolacor, though, I've been impressed. He's been on top of this Spectre the entire time, keeping tabs on her.
At this point, the Spectre is at 11.
Well, maybe they didn't realize where everyone else was at the time, so they want to be careful. Plus, Spectre does have the haunt up, so you have to have some very quick fingers and stack those stuns just right. Smoke coming out though here. Again, they do have the haunt up though for the Spectre, so I think you send in Theolacor, let him work his little magic. Yeah, look at him. He finds 3 people right away here. They're not really grouped up. We'll be able to just poke at the Magnus. There's the BKB coming up from Weehaw, though. They're going to try to burst him down. They've caught that Light Strike right, but they're able to take down 444. And over on the back end, Tavo was looking for that RP. Will be able to find it. Goes and grabs himself the Necrophos. The Slight going to be able to clean up the Core now. And the meta gets popped. Oh, 4DR. He's going to get taken out as Weehaw tries to fight his way through. But there's just a lot of damage going to throw out that magic missile. BKB does get popped by Leo, though. A little bit late. We'll sunder up his Necrophos as he just keeps on marching right down. HFN's still alive here. They're still fighting. They're looking for Lelis. Lelis, of course, it's hard to take him down when the Ghost Shroud is up, but once that's down, just a couple clicks will be able to take him down.
Amazing team fight there. There for 4.
And right into the Roche pit they go.
Necrophos stuck and roll around.
Radiant are scanning.
Well, I wonder.
The slow HP.
They got it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty high risk gameplay though. I mean, Necrophos buys back and then like it gets us. I think like a Night Strike Array and the Dragon Slave would have killed half of them right there.
Yeah, but they didn't know that. I think they're probably frazzled after Leo went and just sundered up his Necrophos and killed him, basically. I wonder if that had something to do with it too, but yeah, they just let the Roche fall. And HFN, I think, is memeing on us now. He's got 2 Blink Daggers queued up.
He has to be doing this. They always do this to the...
You know, some of them really, they do. They actually do it just to troll the casters.
Oh yeah, this is the item he's going in. Here's why, viewers. And really, he's just messing with you. Yeah, he ended up going the... So after this, he'll probably tank up a little bit more, just so he can be the one center of the team. Don't... Magnus is alright at getting... You want Spectre to be your theater, and then take go on the Spectre or... Fight that's...
Well, I think you can't have Tavo frontlining the entire time because he needs to be able, like you said, to get the RP off. So having someone else a bit tankier, that I always feel like whenever you've got these big initiators, whether it's an Enigma or, you know, a Magnus, you need like one other initiator though, because it's too much pressure to land that perfect black hole, the perfect RP.
Yeah, when there's no fight going on, because the enemies are able to be a lot more conscious of looking out for that. Or you throw in like a different initiative, the Spectre just tanky or Clockwork jumps in. Then you have vision of all the other heroes. They're focused on center at that point. Flip up just slightly, and that's big RP.
Are scanning.
Would you have liked to have seen, so we see a lot of the, oh, hold on. Keeping my eye out here on Misery. Just poking around, we'll slide out. Gets a lot of information actually out of that. Finds 3 of the heroes, 4 actually. Would you have preferred to see on Weehaw? I know they went for the phase boots just for that extra movement speed, but we've been seeing a lot of these mid players opting to go for what I like to call the Viper build, where they get the Rod of Atos, which he does have, but also like the Guardian Greaves? Or do you think it's more important for him to have that speed to keep that link?
I think the speed is super... Gap that initial.
Yeah, like you said, that passive. Oh, the RP comes out though from Tavo, grabs a couple of them. BKB getting thrown out here by Leo. Now Tavo in for some trouble, gonna have to run himself away, juke himself through the trees. Can they find him in time? He's going pretty fast right now. They need some sort of a stun. The Core, oh, he turns his, oh no, he turns his way right up into Leo, which gives the vision for 444 to get the kill. King RD still alive somehow. I'm not sure how that managed to happen. Does have an earn charge, couple stick charges as well. Does not have a TP, but he's just going to take the long way through the jungle, I guess. Drop some wards. Unfortunately, that's going to get immediately dewarded. It's kind of like a trail of breadcrumbs here, telling you exactly where King RT is going. And he's actually made it out, though.
Yes. I mean, I know what everyone watching is say, hey, why don't you just buy a TP bot for it? In the struggle for it now. You gotta buy your Urn. Like, his 2 big items that he has, other than his boots, are Urn and Windlace. Please understand, everybody. He doesn't have.
No,
money for
no,
a
he
TP.
should be able to buy a TP. Shake my head enough. Come on now. When in doubt, just buy a TP.
Just don't be poor, lol.
Just don't be, yeah. Just win, lol.
Idiot having no money.
God, what was, I'm like so triggered by hearing that. That's like Admiral Bulldog's favorite thing. And there was one cast that I did with him and I was like, well, what if you wanted to? He's like, just ban it. And I was like, okay, but I'm talking about just ban it, Moxie. And I was like, all right, this is done. Thanks, Bulldog. Mildly triggered. This is still such a neck and neck game though. That's actually really exciting because usually you see a lot of games where they're a bit stompy, especially, you know, obviously Chaos is the favored team right now. They've gone to several of the main stage events. They've shown really good progress. Butterfly Effect, there are a lot of really good players, honestly. These are players that have been around in the Brazilian scene for quite a while. Most notably, of course, Adriano 4DR, Theolacor, Lelis. These guys are, oh, Aegis actually gets reclaimed right when HFN runs into Leo. Should be able to get himself onto the high ground, turns around, has that defusal finish, but they'll be able to go grab that bounty rune. Look at the damage that these illusions are starting to do from Spectre.
Hear from these big things about Spectre. A while ago, Desolate. There's another hero on the map, like anywhere close to you. Doesn't do that. Insane. As well as the mission. Generally, the 500 AP.
For sure. For sure. So what's the next move? Do they just want to... I feel like Chaos can just wait, right? Chaos can wait. They can go for Roche at the next available opportunity. Spectre's just going to get stronger and stronger. But then do we start to worry about the lineup coming out from the side of Butterfly Effect?
I think I was talking about that during the draft. One of the big reasons why you can pick... He has that potential. You can just... 4.8 per level now. Wonderful, thanks. Anyways, this guy can obviously stand his... Can't, but...
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Haste.
Oh.
I've got a big fight going on in the mid lane. They go and they use the scythe. The Laguna Blade will be able to clean up though. They've got the RP coming through here. Does stun up Leo. Will be able to walk away though thanks to the BKB. And they go and they heal up 4DR with that false promise. Oh, the root comes out and the Sunder. They'll be able to take down Misery. And now it looks like HFN, he might be in the bad spot here as they land the Light Strike Array. The rest of the team making their way over. They don't have the scythe luckily. And he's very, very tanky. Should be able to go get himself up to that high ground. Does have the swap available if needed. King RD standing nearby gets the swap up, but it's going to put him right down here onto Theolacor. I think he's actually going to die now to Theolacor if he's not careful. Yeah, he's going to fall. And they'll also be able to get the kill onto King RD. I mean, they've got backdoor protection at least, although the creeps are on their way. And Spectre bought back during that, so...
These heroes are just...
Oh, the blink from the Lina. Light Strike Array wanting to take down Tabo as quickly as possible. He's going to get stunned up. There's just too much damage. He'll take Tabo out immediately. Does have buyback if necessary. Probably doesn't want to go back in just at this time because he doesn't have the RP up. But the amount of illusions going out onto the screen will actually buy back and manage to land a root over onto Lelis. Will be able to purge it. As HFN, he's got the defusal. BKB comes out from Weeha. He wants to try to disab some of this damage here from Theolacor. Theolacor slowly getting chipped down. Does have that Spike Carapace, but the BKB keeps him alive. They do manage to get the slight. They find Lelis in the corner. They need to find a way to cancel out that TP. Will they be able to do it? No, Lelis makes it out.
Costly defense. Starting to fall back. Gas rate. Huge swings in both the EXP gold and win rate.
Yeah, for sure.
Take down that
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Pretty happy about
Radiant's bottom tower is
taking
under
him down.
attack.
did just finish up the butterfly on the Spectre, but on the flip side of that, if you take a look at what Leo just finished up, he has himself the MKB. So, missed chances, not going to be happening anymore for the Spectre, but does have a lot of very decent damage to dish out.
You probably saw him start to get the button. I'm going to start working right away. Finish the And next
Now, does Lotus Orb do a Dispel as well?
soft.
Soft Dispel, okay. Oh, Tavo, Light Striker. Oh boy, alright.
That guy's down for a long time now.
That all happened so fast, too. It was like the Impale de Laguna, the Scythe, and just... he was gone in like a split second. That's going to open up Roche for the side of Butterfly.
This is really good timing for them. They're still going to have time to push after... I think it's down probably for...
Down for 100 something.
Seconds after they finish their shot here.
Yeah, look at all the chat spam coming out from Tavo here. She's also going to get picked up over on the Terror Blade. Weeha needs to be careful. Does have that Shadow Blade, but
Radiant are scanning.
needs to be careful. They can't afford to lose anyone. Although the splitting coming out, again, you've got Misery on the Ember Spirit, so he's going to be able to clear out lanes, keep pushing. Spectre has Haunt up and running. It's going to be going for that Skull Basher next. So I think you just keep letting HFN push out as much as he can while the rest of the team just keeps sliding, plasma fielding, and pushing out. Yeah, they want this bottom tower. That one will fall.
They're going to be...
Careful, 4DR has his eyes on King RD. King RD, he's just going to get obliterated here, and they've got that Lotus Orb, so we've got the steel-on-steel action coming out from Weeha and Leo. Ember going to have to go. Remnant himself out. Doesn't want to fight in the middle of all of this here, and there's going to be the stun coming up. Oh, they'll be able to take down Misery. He's not going to be able to slide himself around anymore, although he does buy back immediately. Theolacor trying to run himself away from Weeha. We do have the Haunt on the Spectre, but she's just holding on to it as she's pushing out the wave here.
Can't waste it.
Right.
Defend the second rack.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they'll be able to defend.
I mean, the Magnus is going to be up in 15 seconds, so... I think they take the tower. Oh, they're actually going to commit the meta to this here. They really want to take down the second racks. They need Magnus to be up. They need to be able to use this Haunt and get in. Oh, no. Misery, and for some problems, that Laguna Blade just takes him out, and he's got no buyback. I don't know. Do you still go in on this? There'll be the swap coming out, followed up by the Haunt. Buell's going to be able to protect Lina a little bit longer. The BKB going to get popped over here onto Leo. HFN throws out the dagger. Beautiful RP that comes out. And look at HFN. He's got that terror. Just going to be able to slice through them. But again, they've got the False Promise up and running. They've got themselves that Aegis that's going to be popping them right back up again. Oh, King RD is going to get taken down. Tavo, he's looking for an opening. The side comes out over onto HFN. They'll take him down too. There's no buyback on this. This actually could be... This could be game if they decide to keep on running, but actually no. They buy back over on the Terror Blade, they buy back on the Oracle. Yeah, they call GG. Butterfly Effect taking game number 1.
I mean,
that's an upset.
That's a huge upset. I mean, that death on Tavo ended up top of the buyback. That was just long blocks. The fact that that happened escalated, and I guess it caused a butterfly effect. No, that was a. You go. That last fight there, like, could have let them have at the same time. Would want to be able to punish that. They had Aegis, they had Cheese, so it would have been like an extremely difficult game if they continued from that point. But it's hard.